Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 8 of my Football Manager 23 save with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment in down in the comment section down below. Since the last episode, a lot has happened, and I mean a lot. We have seen a lot of transfers. I'm talking incomings and outgoings. We're probably talking about a turnover of 40 players. We have pretty much got a completely brand new squad from last season. There's maybe only 5 players in the whole squad who are still here from the team that were here last season. I'm looking to do back-to-back promotions, and with that did mean that we needed to have a big turnover of players. Obviously, we did go on to win the league and all that sort of stuff. Scored 100 goals, got well over 100 points as we kind of expected. I didn't really want to bore you with extra episodes that we don't really need because I want to get through this save as quick as possible. I want us to win that Champions League. That is the ultimate aim of this save. But make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. Here is specifically how last season's table ended. Obviously, we did come at top of the league. We ended up winning the league by 17 points, 46 games, 34 wins, 6 draws, 6 defeats, 100 goals scored, only 33 goals conceded as well. We finished on a positive 67 goal difference and 108 points. I barely made any signings, to be honest with you, last season. Also being promoted with us were Leyton Orient and Swindon, and Grimsby Town actually won in the playoffs. Harrogate and Rochdale were both relegated into the National League. But let's have a look at the signings then that we've made, and also we'll start with the departures really. I think there were a couple of players who left the club who weren't offered new contracts. The most noticeable one was probably Liangle, Liam Rydalge. Apart from that, we managed to get fees for pretty much all the other ones. The first departure was Verdane Oliver. He joined Portsmouth on a permanent transfer. We got £17,500 for him. He did fairly well at the end of last season, but again, I just didn't think he was going to be good enough to make that step up into League One. As you know, due to us getting promoted, Paul Downing did get an automatic extension for his contract another year. We didn't really want that to be in there, so we've sold him to Forest Green Rovers. They paid £2,500 for him. He played 5 games last season when we had a massive centre-half crisis, but we didn't really need him at all this season. He's 31. As much as he's probably a nice guy, we're certainly not going to be good enough to make that step up into the next division. One player who we have signed, but we've immediately loaned out, is Riley Owen. He's come in on a free transfer after being released from Tottenham Hotspur. We have loaned him out though to Aldershot Town, and that is where he will spend the remainder of this campaign. 2-star current ability, but 5-star potential. There's a couple of players that we have done the same thing with. Jan Songo refused a new contract with the football club. He's running out of a deal, and we somehow managed to get £1,400 for him. I don't really know how we managed to do that, to be honest with you, but last season when he did play, he did fairly well. This season, he stood absolutely no chance of staying. I wanted to keep him as maybe like a coach, something like that, as a player coach, but at 31, I don't think he was ever really going to retire. He's gone to Cheltenham. I believe they're also in League One at this moment in time. He's got a hefty pay rise and a longer-term contract, so makes sense really for all parties. Jimmy Gower is another player we have brought in after being released from Arsenal. This time, another player being released from a Premier League club. He's gone immediately out on loan though to Scunthorpe United for the remainder of the campaign. Again, very happy with this signing. 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. At 18 years of age, I think he's a very good recruit. He can play either as an attacking midfielder or as a central midfielder as well. I think he's a very nice player, one for the future. Finn Cousin-Dawson has also left the club on loan. He has joined Oldham Athletic. We got nearly £5,000 fee for him. He did very well last season for spending more in the Vanarama National League North. This time he's gone to the Vanarama National. Hopefully he can do a very good job there. Obviously, Threlkeld was actually with, I think it was Oldham at the start of last season, for the first half of last season. Did very well there. Still 2-star current ability, but 3.5-star potential. If he keeps developing nicely, he might find himself in the first team, but more than likely, I think he will probably be a player who moves on at the end of his contract, which expires actually at the end of this season. Richie Smallwood also departed the club on a permanent basis. He has joined Blackpool. We got a £60,000 fee for him, but that could rise up to £92,000. He did very well for us last season, but he got 23 yellow cards in total in all competitions last season. He only played just over 40 matches. He was pretty much getting a yellow card every single game, it felt like. Now, he never actually got sent off, and he is a very good player, but at 32, out of contract at the end of this season, I thought now would be the best time to cash in on him. He's on quite a lot of money as well. He wanted that step up into the Championship to join Blackpool, so it kind of made sense for all parties. We've certainly replaced him, in my opinion, with a better player. Alex Gilead was one player who was out of contract at the end of the season. He decided to join Newport County on a permanent basis. 1-year deal for him. He played every now and again for us last season. It was more at the start of the season where he did really play, but Ryan East was simply better than him, and I think they're actually playing him as a defensive winger on that right-hand side. So good luck to Alex Gilead at Newport County. Fika Kelleher was another man out of a deal in the summer. He has gone over to Ireland, I want to say. He's gone back home. He's gone there on a permanent basis. 1 year deal. He has joined Shelburne in the First Division over in Ireland. Did very well with Solihull on a personal basis last season, but I think they did actually end up getting relegated into the Vanarama National League North or South. I don't know specifically which one that they've gone into. They've gone into the Vanarama National League North, and, well, I was about to say they're struggling, but obviously no competitive matches have been played yet. The final young player we have brought in was Max McKnight. He was also released from Tottenham Hotspur. We've immediately loaned him out, though, to Doncaster Rovers. Again, very, very good player. Very happy with this, to be honest with you. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. We got a little bit of money for him as well. 18 years of age, only on £130 a week on a 4-year deal, or a 3-year deal, 4-year deal. I'm not really too sure. He's here until 2027, and he looks like a very good player in my opinion. One for the future again. Harvey Rowe joined Buxton on loan for the campaign, but 1-star current ability, 2-star potential. He's never going to be good enough to make the first team, to be honest with you. He's just gone there and will probably leave the club at the end of the season on his current contract, but he was never going to be good enough to play for my team. Brad Halliday also left the club on a permanent basis. He joined Jan Songo in going to Cheltenham Town. Again, another League One side, so he's probably going to do very well there, but to get over £40,000 for him when he was probably going to be third choice right back this season, it kind of made sense for all parties. With him being 28 years of age, fairly injury prone as well at times. I think we just had better options, to be honest with you, so it's nice to get a bit of money for him. Emmanuel Osadibe, unfortunately, didn't really get too much of a chance last season. Just the 3 appearances in the league for us last season. He joined Notts County, for nearly £20,000. Again, very happy with this one. Gets money off the wage bill, gets him out the door playing first team football. It just made sense again for all parties. Oscar Threlkel was another man out of contract in the summer. He decided to join Northampton Town on a permanent deal. 29 years of age now. They're still in Sky Bet League 2, and he's gone there obviously on a free transfer. Certainly not a lot of money, only on a 1-year deal. Freddie Jeffries is developing very nicely. Still got some very good potential in there. He's gone out on loan to Dulwich Hamlet for the remainder of the campaign. He was in the Vanarama National League North last season. Played a decent amount, to be honest with you. He's going to go into the Vanarama National League South this season with Dulwich Hamlet and hopefully have another successful campaign. I think we managed to agree a new 1-year deal with Kean Skills. He's gone out on loan to Halifax Town for the remainder of the campaign as well. Last season he was in the Vanarama National League North, then went into the Vanarama National with Notts County. He struggled, to be honest with you, so hopefully he can have a successful time with Halifax Town. We also got £2,300 for that fee. Noah Wadsworth also left the club on loan. He has gone to Chester for the remainder of the campaign. He was with Evesham last season, did very well, 7 goal contributions in 34 games, averaging a 7.5 for a centre-half. I do think is very good. He's gone out on loan though this season to the Vanarama National League North. They've paid an £800 fee for him, and I think potentially at 3-star current ability, he might be one for the future. Bobby Poynton is certainly a man for the future. He's gone out on loan to Scunthorpe United for the remainder of the campaign. Did quite well with Farsley Celtic last season. I think they really did struggle last season, Farsley, but he got 8 goal contributions in 30 matches. I think that is very nice. Scunthorpe have paid £3,200 for his services for the campaign, so hopefully he can have another successful spell out on loan. Levi Sutton departed the club on a permanent basis as well. He has joined Rotherham United on a deal until the end of the season. We got £29,000 for him, potentially rising up to £45,000. He actually played pretty much every game last season. Only 1 game he did not feature in, which is actually quite surprising considering he wasn't really a starter, to be honest with you. He was backup right back, backup centre mid, but because he was so versatile, he was coming on in pretty much every match. 1 goal, 6 assists last season is fairly decent, but again, we've just improved on him. We've got somebody better in there, so he's gone there on a 1-year deal. Jake Young has once again gone out on loan. This time he's gone out on loan to Gillingham for the remainder of the campaign. He spent the second half of last season out with Chesterfield, scored 4 goals in 25 appearances. This season he's going up into League 2 with Gillingham. Hopefully again he can have another successful campaign there. He's no longer 5-star potential ability. That is down to 4-star now, which is a real shame, to be honest with you. So we need him to have a successful time this season with Gillingham. If not, he probably will move on in the summer on a permanent basis. And the final departure, for now at least, is Dylan Yumby. He's gone out on loan to Alfreton for the campaign. Again, might make the first team, but probably more than likely not. He's gone out on loan to Alfreton. They're in the Vanarama National League North. They've paid a £2,000 loan fee for him. As of right now, on Friday the 11th of August at 8 in the morning, that is all the departures that have happened. Now let's get into some of these signings because we have certainly attracted some big boys. Obviously, I did already mention about the 3 youngsters who have come in, but have also immediately been loaned out to other clubs because they're not quite first team ready now. Teddy Jenks has come in on loan from Brighton Hove Albion for the season. We're only paying, I think, just over £1,000 a week towards his wages. Very happy about this one. Very, very good player. Can play as a box-to-box, as a ball winner. Can probably even do a job as a deep line playmaker if we really need him to as well. Yeah, he can do that. Not quite as well as the other roles, but he's a very, very good player. 21 years of age. His contract with Brighton runs out in 2025, so maybe at the end of next season might go in for him on a free transfer. I think all our signings were either loans or free transfers. I don't think we've paid any money for them, or if we have, it's maybe one, potentially two, but 6'3", very, very good physicals, good technicals, even good mentals as well. I do think he is a very good player, and I'm very excited to have this one in through the door. I have just doubly checked. Every player was either a loan or a free transfer. The first real signing then was Kane Vincent-Young. We needed a right back, and he looks very good in my opinion. He's been playing as a supportive wing back, 27 years of age, comes in on a 2-year deal, £2,500 a week, 4-star potential, looks like a very, very good player in my opinion. Recently been released from Ipswich, and again, very happy with this signing. We needed a right back in. He's going to be our first choice right back this season. Colin Doyle decided to hang up his boots, so that meant we needed another goalkeeper. Finn Talley will come in and be Harry Lewis's understudy for this campaign. He's come in on a 2-year deal, £1,100 per week, looks like a very good signing. He's come in on a free transfer from Brighton and Hove Albion. Last season he was out playing in the Danske Bank Premier over in Northern Ireland, where he played 35 times, only conceded 40 goals, kept 9 clean sheets. I do think that is quite impressive, but for a backup, we needed one with obviously Colin Doyle retiring. I think this is a very decent signing. For the money that we've paid, only on a 2-year deal, he's actually wanted at this moment in time by Crewe and Forest Green on loan, but I don't really want to see him depart, to be honest with you. Obviously, last season, quite a lot of our loan players were wingers like Dion Pereira, Tyreek Wright, Scott Banks. The list could go on, to be honest with you. We needed to get some wingers in through the door. Caleb Watts is the first of many that have come in through the door. 2-year deal for him, £1,600 per week. Again, looks like a very, very good player. He comes in on a free transfer after recently being released by Southampton. Last season in League One, he got 5 goal contributions in 37 appearances for a struggling Morecambe side, who in the end did go on to get relegated. Gareth Ainsworth is now the manager over in Morecambe, but I'm very happy to get this one in through the door. Another winger who has come in then through the door is Jordan Graham, 28 years of age, another 2-year deal agreed, £2,500 a week as well. Looks like a very, very good signing in my opinion. He's come in on a free transfer after recently leaving Birmingham. Last season he was loaned out to Ipswich Town, where he got 4 goal contributions in 17 appearances. He's going to come in, probably start at the start of the season as that left winger, but because he's 28, he might slowly decline and that sort of stuff. But 6 foot, looks like a very good player, very good technicals, and I'm very happy to have him in through the door. We needed to get some strikers in, and Tyler Walker is certainly one of them. He's come in on a 2-year deal, £4,000 a week, 26 years of age, Again, looks like a very good player in my opinion. He's come in on a free transfer after recently leaving Coventry City. He actually played 31 times last season for Coventry in the Championship. Failed to register a goal contribution though, which is certainly not ideal. Let's see how it does though for us. £4,000 a week is quite a lot, but considering how high our wage budget is at this moment in time, we've got quite a lot to spend, but because of financial fair play, we think we've still got like £20,000 a week in wage budget still have to spend, but the board won't let me physically spend any more, because if we do spend any more, we are going to go over FFP at this moment in time. But 26 years of age, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential, looks like a very good signing in my opinion. We needed to improve the defence, and arguably signing of the summer, Malaki Fagan Walcott comes in on a 4-year contract on a free transfer, I think, from Tottenham Hotspur. Played 20 times last season in the Championship. Very, very happy with this signing. 4-star current ability, 5-star potential, 6'3". Look at them physicals. This man is an absolute Rolls Royce of a defender in my opinion. His passing is certainly not too bad at 9, 13 tackling, 12 positioning, 17 determination, 15 work rate. Looks like a very, very good player. Only 21 years of age. I'm very, very happy to get this one in through the door. We needed to get a left back in, and Cameron Borthwick-Jackson has come in on a 1-year deal, £4,500 a week, but 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. I think left back was probably one of the harder positions to find. We actually had agreed a loan deal with Talaji Bola. Obviously, that signing has actually happened in real life at this moment in time, but he decided to go to Forest Green Rovers on a permanent transfer because he felt his first team opportunities were more likely there, which I didn't really understand, to be honest with you. Our only left back at the club is Matty Folds, and he's not very good. He comes in though on a free transfer after being released by Burton Albion. He played 35 times in League One last season. We're trying to sign players who have had experience in this league, because my initial aim was just to avoid relegation, but I think this season with the squad that we've built, I certainly think we can certainly challenge for an outside chance of the playoffs in my opinion. We needed some cheap cover in the centre of midfield, so Jake Forster-Caskey has come in on a 1-year deal, only £1,200 per week, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential, a kind of well-rounded central midfielder, very good on the ball, but he's very injury prone, so that is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. But at 29 years of age, he comes in on a free transfer after leaving Charlton Athletic. But like I say, he looks like a very good player, so even if it's just as a backup to play 10-15 games a season, I do think this is another very decent one to get in through the door. We needed a right back, and we've brought in DeMarco Duhaney, I want to say is how you pronounce his name. He'll come in, probably be the backup, to be honest with you, although apparently he's as good as Kane Vincent Young, so maybe they can compete for the spots, but as of right now, we're going with Kane Vincent Young as the main right back. He's come in on a 3-year deal, £2,500 per week, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. He comes in on a free transfer after recently leaving Stoke City, so very happy again to get this one in through the door. We needed a backup, we needed another option in there, slightly younger than Kane Vincent Young, so maybe next season he might come in and be our starting right back. 38-year-old Stephen Davis was our next signing. He comes in on a 1-year deal, only £675 a week, but 4-star current ability. How can you not get a man of this experience in through the door? He comes in on a free transfer after recently leaving Rangers, and again, I'm very happy with this signing. Looks like a very, very good player in my opinion, and he will decline this season. He might end the season as a 3-star current ability player, but he's only come in on a 1-year deal, pretty risk-free, to be honest with you, for the experience that he'll be bringing, for the mentals as well that he's bringing. I think this is an absolutely unbelievable signing in my opinion. We needed another option to play up front every now and again, and Charlie Kelman is coming on loan from QPR for the remainder of the campaign. We're not really paying all too much towards his wages. I think actually no, we're paying 100% of his wages, but he's not going to be playing. He might play every now and again. He's kind of just going to be our last resort if we need him to. 2.5-star current ability. He'll come in. He might end up being recalled, or we might terminate his loan in January if we can find someone better, but we needed a cheap option, and he's going to come in. 2.5-star current ability. That is League 2 standard, but I think for now he'll do the job, to be honest with you. The final signing, he is home. Nahki Wells has officially rejoined the football club. 1-year deal on £5,000 a week. I believe that makes him the most expensive player to be paid by this football club at this moment in time. We all know the history that Nahki Wells does have with the football club. Scored 10 goals in his first season, 18 goals in his second season, and scored 14 goals in 18 appearances in Sky Bet League 1 before, obviously, joining Huddersfield Town, which was absolutely devastating, and I did cry at the time that did happen. But he has come in, returned to the football club. He's probably going to be our backup striker to Tyler Walker because of his age, 33 years of age. But I think if you need someone to chuck on off the bench for 20-30 minutes to grab yourself a goal, there is no man I would rely more on than Nahki Wells. They're all the signings that we have made so far. What do you think about my recruitment and the sellings as well? All of the players who have departed, let me know down in the comment section down below. As you can see, at this moment in time, we are still trying to get a couple more players in and maybe a couple more players out the door as well. Some staff as well. We have offered, obviously, some deals for new staff because a lot of them did expire with their current deals. We've still got loads of money still left to spend, but the board physically won't let me spend much more because as of right now, it says the club is on course to pass the Sky Bet League 1 financial fair play regulation. We've still got money to spend. Our finances are looking very good at this moment in time. I also forgot to mention we completed a takeover. I've no idea who the new chairman is. He didn't provide the club with any investment, but if I have a look here, the new chairman is, do I go on general? How do I find out who the chairman is? Is it facilities? No, news? I don't really know how I find it out, to be honest with you. Give me 1 second. I literally have no idea how you find out who the owner is. I've literally gone through everything and I cannot find it absolutely anywhere. I've no idea how you go about finding that out. My contract does actually expire at the end of next season, so maybe at some point we might look to get a longer term contract because the end of next season's not too far away. I'm still 2-star in terms of reputation. If we have a look then at how pre-season has gone, we've actually had quite a lot of friendlies because we have a lot of trialists in. We started out with a 3-0 win over Hibernian before a 4-1 defeat against Leeds United. We bounced back though with a 4-2 win against Stockport, a 4-1 win against Scunthorpe, a 6-0 win against Billericay, a 7-0 win against Hyde, a 7-0 win against East Fife, I'll probably pronounce that wrong, a 4-0 win against Huddersfield Town, which is obviously very nice, a 7-0 win against Clipstone, a 1-0 win against Doncaster Rovers, a 1-0 defeat against Falkirk, and obviously Roman Burrell, the former Bradford City player, scored in that game. Now, that game was actually 5 days before this opening game of the season against Fleetwood, and I thought you can't go into a competitive match ended on a loss, so we absolutely hammered Hull United 9-0, but we actually played the reserves in that game and loads of trialists and all that sort of stuff. In today's episode, we will only have the one match, which will be this game against Fleetwood. We've been obviously having to catch up with so much since the last episode. We are still lining up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. This is the plan for the upcoming campaign, but we are also at this moment in time looking at trying to get Ryan East out the door. You might have seen if you have a look at transfers. If we get Ryan East out the door, then we can get Alex Patterson in. looks like a very, very good free agent. We have lost quite a lot of good free agents, to be honest with you. I'm still looking at getting another centre-half in because we've only got Fagan, Walcott, Odesina and Matty Platt as our options. If you have a look at the star rating, Odesina is clearly the weak link, in my opinion. So at this moment in time, we are looking at getting Connor McCarthy in, who is currently contracted to Barnsley. He will be the first player that we have paid a transfer fee for, but you actually can, if I have a look at make budget adjustments, the board will not allow any budget-related requests at this moment in time due to financial fair play constraints. So clearly we must be very close to going over that. I don't really know specifically how you check that, to be honest with you. I'm not really too sure how you get the financial fair play rules up. Right, here we go then. The Sky Bet League 1 financial fair play regulations require the club to keep player wage expenditure below £67,000 a week. The club are currently spending £63,000 a week on player wages and so are currently complying with the regulations. The wages from the following players are excluded from the wage check: under 21 homegrown players, players with contract lengths of 3 years or more if the club are relegated from the Championship the previous season. A failure to comply will result in the following sanctions. So we've only got about £3,000 a week to actually spend, despite us having over £15,000 a week to spend, which is frustrating, but I guess that's the rules, and maybe we can't quite chuck 10 grand a week at Critchlow, who unfortunately Huddersfield actually triggered the extension to keep him, and I think they're playing him week in, week out in the Championship, or at least that was their plan when I actually tried to sign him. But let's get into this first game then against Fleetwood Town and see how we get on this season. Something which has come completely out of the blue is Paul Hurst apparently wanting to become our director of football. There's been rumours that he's going to be doing that, despite still being manager of Grimsby Town. It's certainly an interesting one from the media here. We do also have confirmation here. Ryan East will be departing the football club. He's going to join Chesterfield. He's rejected a new contract. He wants to be the highest paid player at the club, and he's simply going to be fourth choice central midfielder. Get him out the door. Hopefully we can get Alex Patterson in. I'm going to wish him all the best, although he's been defensive. I would much rather be staying here. You should have signed a new contract then. Out of contract in the summer. I'm obviously going to look to cash in on him and try and get a fee for him, but Ryan East has officially departed the football club. He's gone to Chesterfield. I'm not really too sure what league they're in. Are they in the National League, or did they get promoted in the end? They're still in the Vanarama National League, and our next email says confirmation here. Not that I've started a coaching course, that's not quite what I care about. Alex Patterson will be signing for the football club, so we've actually made a profit overall. We've got a much better player in. Alex Patterson comes in on a 3-year deal, £3 grand a week. Looks like a very good signing. Get him in through the door. Our team is constantly improving. We just need a centre-half to complete this squad. Alex Patterson in on a free transfer from, I want to say it was Harrogate Town that he's left. We've still got 4 more spots as well to fill this squad with. We're going to give Patterson the number... Let's give him the number 14 for this season. Why not? Lots of players' squad numbers have changed. I think Folds is 33, Platt's 25. Apart from that, don't think really too much has changed. Let's get into this first game, though, against Fleetwood Town. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's match away to Fleetwood Town in the opening day of Sky Bet League 1. We've got Harry Lewis in goal. A back four of Vincent Young, Fagan Walcott, Timmy Odesina and Borthwick Jackson. 3 out of our 4 defenders, all with double barrel names there. A midfield 2 of Teddy Jenks and Stephen Davies. Watts on the right, Graham on the left, and Jamie Walker, who's actually a little bit injured, probably shouldn't really be starting this game, is in behind Tyler Walker. On the bench, you've got Talley, Duhaney, Platt, Patterson, Williams, Chapman, and Nakiwell. So, like I say, after last season, the only players who've remained from last campaign is Harry Lewis, Timmy Odesina, Jamie Walker, Matty Platt, and Harry Chapman. I think that's it. On the reserves, you got Sadhu Diallo, but he's not really an original. He only signed in January, and we are trying to get him out the door. We've also got Matty Folds in there. We've got Charlie Wood and, is it Connor Roberts? I want to say his name is Cole Roberts, sorry. Apart from that, everyone else has gone. So big turnover from last season. Let's get into this game against Fleetwood. I think this will be a real test for us because Fleetwood are a good side at this level. Got some good players. Kean Hayes, Paddy Lane. I'm not really too sure if they have changed their team all too much. I wonder if Scott Brown is still their manager. He is at this moment in time still their manager. Got some very good players though. And in my opinion, it is going to be a very tough game. So let's get into it. Let's get underway. I actually forgot. They signed Dion Pereira. We were interested in him. His contract with Luton Town did expire. We tried to sign him, but he said he was only operating at current Sky Bet League 2 level, and he wanted quite a lot of money. I think he wanted about £3,500 a week, and it was quite a lot, to be honest with you. He's on the bench for Fleetwood today. It probably means he's going to come on and score the winner. We are now underway, though, for today's game. Let's hope we can start out with 3 points. Free kick for his ear early on. Davies with the shot. Goes for the keeper's side just over the bar in the end. He's going to be a very good player for us this season, obviously. I think he's got the highest in terms of star overall rating as that deep line playmaker. He is 38 years of age. He's not going to really do too much running, but hopefully he can bring in this quality into the side as Paddy Lane gets an early shot off there. Well saved from Harry Lewis in the end. I really am looking at getting another centre-half because I just don't think Odesina is going to be good enough for us this season as Lane puts a ball in and it's a free header for Darnell Johnson at the back post. 24 minutes on the clock. Fleetwood take the lead. Really frustrating. Odesina wasn't good enough to be starting week in, week out last season, so he certainly wasn't going to be good enough to be doing it this season. That's shocking marking though. I don't know why he's got completely unmarked at the back post. Just a free header for Darnell Johnson, and Fleetwood take the lead inside the opening couple of minutes in today's game. Half an hour gone, 1-0 to Fleetwood. Certainly not the ideal start as we fall into the relegation zone. As we approach half-time, then the half-time whistle does come here. I think the problem is that the first couple of games of the season, we always seem to start out a little bit shaky just because in pre-season, I don't really play the team too much. We're getting loads of trialists, and it's usually after about 5-10 games. That's when we go on insane runs. That's always the way I've kind of done Football Manager, to be honest with you. The team never really playing week in, week out in pre-season. I like to just kind of get trialists in, see what they're all about, see if we can get some better players than the ones that we do currently have in through the door. Let's get underway though for the second half. We're not going to change too much as of right now. We do have 4 yellow cards at this moment in time, and some players are starting to tire as we look to build out from the back here. Odesina goes into Borthwick Jackson, who's actually dropped down to 2.5 star current ability and rating, which is really frustrating considering he's our second highest paid player. Jordan Graham now looks to switch the play out wide here into Watts. He sees that overlap though of Vincent Young. Can he deliver a ball into the box? Vincent Young, ball into the box. It's very deep though. I don't even know what's happened there. I could not keep up. But Tyler Walker has the first side bet League One goal for Bradford City. 49 minutes on the clock. Whatever I've said at halftime to them, it's clearly worked. It's Vincent Young with the ball in. Graham with the cutback. It's really hard for me to learn all these players' names so quickly. Deep ball in from Vincent Young. I thought it was really poor. Graham on the half volley, ball in, and an unbelievable finish from Tyler Walker. Jamie Walker was the man last season. Can they both be the men this season to score the goals for us as we level things up? We've not even 5 minutes gone into the second half. Free kick here for Fleetwood Town. Darnell Johnson looks to clip that one forward, but that's easier for Odesina to deal with. He finds Watts, looks for that overlap, but it's well cut out by Paddy Lane, playing on his left-hand side. Davies can't quite get in there, and Vela gets away from him. Ball over the top. It's actually Jenks that was trying to tackle him. Morton in behind, slots it under Harry Lewis, and Callum Morton has his first goal of the season. 63 minutes on the clock. Fleetwood take the lead for the second time in today's game. I think now is probably the best time to make some substitutions. Jenks couldn't get anywhere near Josh Vela. Great ball over the top. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Odesina simply flat-footed. Maybe Lewis could have done better in my opinion. I think he probably should be doing better there. It's a good finish though from Callum Morton, and Fleetwood retake the lead. Let's now look to make some substitutions. We've got bookings, we've got tired plays. We're going to change formation as well. Get Jamie Walker off and play Naki Wells. Get Naki Wells on the pitch as well. Play Naki Wells as probably a pressing forward. Get him and Walker at the top end of the pitch. We're also going to get Caleb Watts off for Kean Williams. We want to get Alex Patterson on as well for Jenks, who's actually on a booking, and we're going to change him to be more of a supportive central midfielder. Keep Davies as the deep line playmaker. We're going to get Duhaney on as well for Vincent Young, who's tired and on a yellow card. Final change of the game. I mean, Graham's having a good game, so I don't really want to bring him off, to be honest with you. Davies having quite a poor game. Maybe we bring Matty Platt on for Timmy Odesina. Potentially at fault for that goal, a little bit tired. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's get on the way though for the remaining 25 minutes or so of today's match and hope we can at least find an equaliser. We do have a corner ball here though. Davies will take it. It'll be a right-footed outswinger. Ball comes into the box. Good ball at that near post. Cleared away by Rooney. Wells finds Williams. It's bouncing around in the penalty area. Eventually, Fleetwood are able to clear. Davies with a poor header in field there. Morton comes away with the ball. Good tackle from Matty Platt. It's now with Paddy Lane driving down their left-hand side. We can't quite keep up with him. Davies is a very old man. Paddy Lane into the penalty area here. Cuts it back for Morton, who shoots just wide of Harry Lewis's far post. Great counter-attacking football there from Fleetwood. Really poor from us though. Corner ball here for Fleetwood Town. Not long left on the clock in today's game. Paddy Lane will take this left-footed in-swinger. He's looking to run the clock down as well. 90 seconds left on the clock. The corner comes into the box. It's deep once again. This time it is cleared not very far though, and it comes out to Batty here on the edge of the box. And Daniel Batty has his first goal of the season. Our first game in League One is going to be ending in defeat. I'm really disappointed with how today's game has gone because we've got some very good players in this squad. Maybe they are going to take a lot longer to gel than what we originally originally thought. Maybe we need to look at set pieces, because that's 2 goals that we've conceded from a first phase set play, then that one's come from a second phase set play. I mean, their other goal as well was pretty much counter-attacking football, and I'm really disappointed with how the opening game of our Sky Bet League 1 campaign has gone. Can we maybe end with another goal? If they get a 4th, I think as much as it probably would be deserved, it would be really frustrating. Dion Pereira, the former Bradford City man, cuts inside and plays a great ball through into Josh Vella. Got the run on Matty Platt. Good save in the end though from Harry Lewis. I think a centre-half is needed. Need to spend the remaining wage budget that we've got on another centre-half to part Fagan Wallacott. Unfortunately, the first game in Sky Bet League 1 does end in defeat, and hopefully you have enjoyed watching today's episode, because that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. We've actually got a notification here about how many players actually made their debuts in the last game. Don't forget as well to drop a comment down in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another episode. Peace.